Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Take a Little Coffee Break. I am doing this intro a little bit later in the day, but I'm so excited for today's guest. Her name is Ericka Brown, and she is a registered dietitian, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what it means to have a healthy lifestyle during quarantine. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye! Hi, thanks for doing this. I am in a different, usually I'm in my guest room, but you should see my hallway right now. It's filled with wooden pallets because I'm trying to make a bed frame out of wooden pallets, like a box. Have you seen those?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like my hallway is filled with those, and I couldn't bring in the chair that I usually use for there, so it's just like a mess right now. So anyway, thanks for doing this. I'm so excited for those people who watch. Usually, I'm usually drinking coffee, but it's hilarious because I'm done with it because we forgot that we were in different time zones. So we it took a while to get here, but I'm so excited to talk to Ericka. I'll have her introduce herself in a little bit, but Ericka and I were actually co-workers. We were tour guides together at Sam Houston, and it's so cool to see each other grow and become adults. And just do real things. And so yeah, for those people who don't know you or what you do, just introduce yourself and yeah.
Definitely. So I'm Ericka. Me and Ericka used to work together, and I am a registered dietitian. I attended school at Sam Houston State University for my undergrad in food science and nutrition, and then also attended Sam Houston right after for my master's in dietetics with a combined dietetic internship. So anyone that wants to become a registered dietitian actually has to do a 1,200-hour internship. And so I completed that and graduated in December of 2019 and passed my registered dietitian exam in February. Due to coronavirus and everything, I do not have a job just yet, but I'm still looking and applying to a bunch of different positions. So,
what is like your dream position that you would want to be in?
my dream position would definitely be to be a clinical dietitian. I just love the fast-paced environment of the hospital. I love expanding my knowledge every single day, being able to learn from different people in the hospital, whether that's the interdisciplinary team or just speaking to patients and everything like that. I just definitely want to work in a hospital for sure, or some sort of outpatient center or clinical in general or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I remember it's so cool because like I remember when you found out that you got into the program, you were at, was it Margaritas with Maddie? And you were like, ah! And it's so crazy to see you from then to now.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like done the journey.
I know you completed the journey, and it was just so cool because I remember how excited you were and how it was hard to get into. It was like the odds were like,
yeah, so typically in America it's about a 50% match rate, so
which is insane. But I wanted to have you on because I feel like right now during this pandemic, and just because it's a lot of us are indoors and not really going out a lot, it's so easy for us to just not take care of ourselves, or to, and not even like on purpose, but just it's just difficult to maintain a healthy lifestyle when you're just stuck at home. But I wanted to have you on because there's just some questions that I wanted to ask for me, but for anybody who might be watching who's like, how do I even maintain a healthy lifestyle during a pandemic? And so yeah, so I feel like, well, my first question for you would be just what are some, just kind of practically, we can talk practically about this, is what are some healthy tips that could be like everyday simple tips that could help us maintain a healthy lifestyle during quarantine?
yeah, definitely. So I do want to just preface this with we are in a global pandemic. Nobody should feel bad about the things they're doing, if they're not as active, like nobody should be hard on themselves right now, indulging in food or anything like that. This is just a completely natural response that our body is going through, whether that be craving certain things or things like that. But in terms of trying to stay healthy, getting on a routine would definitely probably be number one. Being able to wake up and set alarms and start your day on the right foot. Also being able to, if you were somebody that was working and you're at home right now, continue the meal prepping, continue actually having fresh fruit items, fresh food, anything like that inside of your fridge, just so it's easily accessible. Because typically when we resort to things like fast food or sweets or frozen foods and things like that, we tend to do that out of convenience. So if your fridge is already stocked with things that are super convenient, you can definitely do that already. And then one thing that has definitely helped me is just, even if it's the bare minimum of going on a walk, being able to do that and do some form of exercise. So I know a lot of people still aren't able to go to the gym or don't feel comfortable going to the gym, but just going on a walk or even just doing some, I know a lot of people have been doing like YouTube videos online, whether that be yoga or stretching or anything like that, just getting your body up and active, because you have to think about when we're working, we're always on our feet, we're up, we're getting dressed for the day, we're walking around, and then whenever during this pandemic everyone's kind of sitting at home. So just making sure you're in a routine and just keeping your body active somehow.
Yes, when you said frozen foods, I was like, yes, because I was never the type of person to buy frozen food. Like maybe once a month I would get like a frozen pizza if I wanted something fast and quick. But like during this pandemic, every time I go grocery shopping, I tend to gravitate towards the most convenient thing, because I think for me, I guess I get bored easily, but constantly having to think about something or whatever was like so hard for me. So I definitely, that helps me too, because I'm going to be aware, okay, I need to not think that way, because it could be the most convenient, but it's not always the best. What I do love though is my pressure cooker. Oh my gosh.
I've been using my pressure cooker and my air fryer. I just got an air fryer, and so
I
I've
want
been
one
using.
so bad.
So awesome! I make like crispy red potatoes, so I'll like quarter the potatoes, sprinkle them with like olive oil and like Tony Satchery and all that type of just goodness, and then just put them in there for 20 minutes, and they actually come out like they're fried. Like they taste like they're fried, and it has like half a tablespoon of olive oil. It's awesome.
I really want one. Like I
Yeah.
knew that it was becoming a thing, but then I started seeing videos of people using their air fryer, and I'm like, no wonder it's such a big hype. Like this is awesome. But yeah, I do love my pressure cooker, because I do this, like, it's not like what you do. I know that you have this white chicken chili thing that you do that's really good, but it's a different type of white chicken chili. Maybe I don't remember what yours had in it, but anyway, that's not what this is about. But I use it for things like that, because it's so easy to like put over rice or whatever, and it's not super unhealthy, and it's just really good. So yes, those are all so good. And I feel like, okay, and this is something that I've been struggling with, which is why I wanted to ask you about it. I found myself during quarantine really dissecting myself and my body, and I hadn't felt like this, oh my gosh, since college. Like I remember I've always had like an on and off, and we've talked about our journeys with eating and eating disorders and stuff like that, but I've I've always kind of on and off been like really judgmental of my own body, but even so during quarantine, probably even more. And I think it's just with first year marriage, like you just gain weight. Like that's just what happens. And it wasn't even, I feel like, on purpose. I think it was just so much stress. But anyway, I felt myself just kind of thinking about very impulsively wanting to try these fad diets or things that'll make me lose weight quickly, and I have to stop myself. And so my question for you is, what are some don'ts that people might be doing, like some trends or diets that people might be doing during this time that can be ineffective? And I know that while you were doing your master's degree, you actually made a whole like pamphlet on fat diets and why that it's not good and it's ineffective. So I remember that, and I felt like this question was so fitting for right now. What could be some things that people are doing that might not exactly be the healthiest, and what we can do to, I guess, to replace it, or instead what we can do?
Definitely. So the fad diet article that I made, I can actually send to you to be able to show during this as well.
Yes.
A lot of things with fad diets. So a lot of people wanting to try keto or wanting to try to detox or different things like that. The reason these types of diets are ineffective is because you're essentially either lowering the amount of calories that you're eating significantly. So yes, you will drop a lot of weight quickly, most of it being water weight. So you'll see the scale actually go down significantly. And then you gain it back very quickly. So whenever you put yourself into too much of a calorie deficit to what your body, your normal body, even just sleeping burns, so you're eating even less than that, your body is actually going to go into sort of a starvation mode. So it's going to want to hold on to anything that you give it afterwards. So you want to make sure that you're just eating a well-balanced diet every single day. In terms of something like keto, you are completely eliminating an entire macronutrient, which is carbs, fat, and protein. So you're completely eliminating carbohydrates for the most part from, or eating very, very little of it from the diet. So think about that. If you're eliminating an entire food group, essentially, of course you're going to lose weight. But again, a ton of it is water weight. It is completely not recommended because our body does not like to go into using our ketone bodies and things like that. That is more of a starvation method that our body resorts to whenever we don't have enough carbs. And instead, our body wants to actually use glucose, which is from the carbohydrates. In terms of things like detox diets, I think that a lot of people think that they need to do a detox diet, especially during quarantine. They think they just need to relieve everything, like a juice cleanse, or possibly, I mean, I've seen so many diets out there, but whatever they decide to do, detox diets do not work. Your body has that handled. Your liver and your kidneys have that handled. So you do not have to worry about doing a detox or anything like that. If you are actually wanting to mentally try to detox and in your brain think that something is working, just eating a whole food diet. So being able to actually get your carbs on the plate, get your protein on a plate, get your fats, and get your veggies on a plate. And so start by doing that and eating that every single meal out of the day, and that will do better for your body than doing any type of detox diet, because then your organs that do the detoxing will actually be able to respond properly.
That's so important. And especially the keyword detox is like, I see it left and right, like on Instagram and Pinterest, and there's all these tips. Yeah, diet pill. There's all these tips that you're like, detox your body. And when you said your liver, your kidneys have that covered, it's like, yes, like our bodies do the work for us. We just need to feed it what it needs and the good things that come from it. That's really, really awesome. That's really important. Something that I learned when I was a public health major, we focused a lot on education, and a lot of people are not educated, and so that's how they fall into like MLMs, like Herbalife and things like that, and they're like, oh well, it's good for my body and I'm detoxing it, but they don't know like what that means. So yes, we need to be educated about that. And talking about education, when people are looking for healthy lifestyle, what are some good resources that would be good and reliable to check out?
Definitely. So any resources from Eat Right Prep, that's kind of the main Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. That is going to be a huge resource. And anything that is most likely written or is credentialed by a registered dietitian. So I think what a lot of people don't know about the difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian is that anybody can claim that they are a nutritionist. So literally, if Ericka wanted to go and read up on a couple articles and lose some weight and think that she just knows everything about nutrition, she could call herself a nutritionist if she would like to, without any more schooling or anything like that. In order to be a registered dietitian, you have to at least have a bachelor's degree. You have to have gone through that 1,200-hour internship with working with other dietitians. And you also, by 2024, you'll have to have a master's degree, as well as passing the exam. So that is what makes a registered dietitian different from a nutritionist. So always, whenever you're reading an article that has anything to do with nutrition, or if you're following an Instagram page that talks about nutrition or health coaching or anything like that, make sure that they are a registered dietitian. And they have the credentials and they're able to speak the truth. So those would be the people that you definitely want to get your resources from and get your articles from, just seeing if they have RD behind their name, and things like that.
And Eat Right Prep, is that a website?
The website that you can go to is called eatright.org, and that is going to have just a bunch of, it's basically the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. And so anybody can go on there and look at different articles that are posted or different education sources. Anything that is government regulated as well, typically has either a registered dietitian or someone experienced that is putting out that info.
Yes. And I think the most important thing, I guess, like that we can just kind of conclude all of these thoughts with is both exercise and nutrition go hand in hand.
Absolutely. Yes,
you
definitely.
can't have one without the other.
Yeah, so you can have a perfect diet in terms of getting your body the nutrients it needs and everything like that, which is so important. Your body thrives off of that. Your food is something that you can control, and you can control what's being put inside of your body and getting the nutrients and feeding your body what it wants and what it needs in terms of vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals and the different macronutrients play such vital roles in our bodies and our organs, everything that we do. But exercise, your heart isn't going to beat less per minute by nutrition. Yes, being at your a healthy weight and things like that will help, but being able to get in the exercise, that's definitely going to help significantly in terms of making your heart stronger, and being able to have stronger muscles and things like that. And then once you've done that exercise, feeding your body properly with protein to be able to make those muscles that you're trying to grow be stronger and everything like that.
I bet you it's so easy to go outside and have exercise in Colorado because it's freaking beautiful over there.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, I've lived in Texas my entire life and just moved to Colorado, Denver, Colorado, a month ago, and the weather is incredible. It's maybe like 10% humidity at all times. And I think the weather today, let me look at my phone. I think it's like 80, 88 or something like that.
Let me tell you how much is in the valley.
Oh my gosh, never mind. It's 79 degrees right now.
It is 79 degrees in Denver and 93 degrees in Edinburgh, Texas, which is
beautiful up here. I just went to a national park with Cheryl yesterday, and it's like an hour and a half drive to get to Rocky Mountain National Park from Denver. I can drive up to Boulder and do a hike. We drove to Breckenridge, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away. It's incredible.
I envy you so much. You know, our humidity, it's 52% right now.
That is not as high as what Texas normally is. Typically, it's like 70 or 80.
I guess it's a good day today.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go to Colorado so bad. I miss it. The weather over there truly is wonderful.
Come visit. We have a whole.
You have a what?
Whole guest room.
I know. And your apartment is so cute. I love the video that you sent me. Okay, one last question, and this is something that I just ask everybody. What I know me and you both love coffee. And I know what usually you drink, but I want everybody else to know. What is your go-to coffee order?
Okay, so typically if I'm just like drinking coffee at home, it's just going to be black coffee for the most point.
Yes, that is how you do it.
Yeah, so that's like if I'm drinking coffee at home. But if I'm at a specialty like place, not like Starbucks, like a specialty coffee place, I typically try to go for like a lavender latte with almond milk or something like that.
Me too. I love lavender lattes or honey lavenders. Oh, they're so good.
Yep. So I love like the lavender and like the aroma that you get from drinking stuff like that. Hot or iced, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Both taste so good.
And it's so funny because like I don't think lavender is for everybody. Some people think it truly tastes like perfume, and I'm like, oh, I can see that. I can see that.
my food. I'd rather like my hand soap smell like this, but not my food. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I can see that, but I truly love it. I did buy rose water recently because I had a rose water latte in what do you call it? Oh my gosh, where did I go? In Springfield, Missouri, and I love it. But I realized because I tried to make one not too long ago, a little bit goes a long way.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sam's family, whenever they make baklava, they actually put rose water in it, and so, but it's a little bit goes a long way.
It's true. It's strong.
Uh-huh.
It's strong. Today I made the TikTok coffee because I was like wanting something quick. But usually I'll also drink black coffee if I'm at home. But I do love an iced almond milk latte with lavender or just
yeah,
like,
I like the nuttiness it almost gives from the almond milk, and then like adding in the lavender, I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
And the nuttiness is not like overwhelming, so
No,
it's good.
not at all. And if I go to Starbucks, because I'm sure everyone goes to Starbucks, I get the sweet cream vanilla cold brew.
I hear great things about that.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I felt like it was like a quick conversation, but I felt like it was so needed because, and it encouraged me just hearing you talk, because sometimes we forget how simple it is to just do it. And we can get caught up in like spending all of our money in like a fad diet or I don't know, in like a waist trainer or whatever. And it's just so simple to live a healthy lifestyle. So.
Yeah, and just remember, like I said earlier, we are in a global pandemic. Your body is reacting the way that it is likely supposed to be reacting. So just take it in. Don't be hard on yourself. If you've gained a couple pounds, everything is okay. And so we are living through history right now. So enjoy your body and just relax your mind, and we're all going to get through this. So
yes, thank you so much, Ericka. This was so wonderful, and I'm just so excited that you agreed to do this. And I will add those. Send me that pamphlet so that I can add it at the end. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thank you.